There we go. Yes, everybody press got it. Okay. So welcome to Team Zoom. We do these every single Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, no matter what. And sometimes we have a guest on, sometimes it's me and Kenzie, or we'll talk to some people from our team and have them share a bunch of drop some knowledge and bombs on you guys too. But it's me and Kenzie tonight because we want to just pump you up for May. And what a perfect time. It's May 1st. It's May 1st. So what a good time. And I want to start by saying, and sometimes guys, it's her pin, sometimes it's mine. So always make sure that you're keeping a lookout for like where we're actually tuning in when we post the picture. But she posted in the chat today, if your kids are your motivation, why are you broke? And it's like, boom, I didn't even need to read the rest, but I did. So why are you struggling to be consistent for 30 days? It's time to be honest with yourself. Seriously though, a lot of us will be like, oh, my kids are my why and they're my motivation. Then why aren't you working harder? Literally, I was just telling Kenzie on Box today or whenever it was. Yeah, today. I want, and drop a one in the comments if you feel me here. I want summer to be full of stress-free presentness. And that doesn't mean taking a business on my break. I mean, I want my business to flow so much. And I want May and June to prepare me and set me up for the best summer ever. I want July, August, going into the school year, September. I want those months to be like, we are just having a blast. We're making good money. We're enjoying summer to the full. Like it's no struggle. It's not, and I'm talking to all of you. If you can relate, like Amber said, she already planned her week. That's how it has to look. That's how it has to look, is knowing where you're spending your time. And so it's one thing to just shot in the dark this business, like, you know what, with each day, I'm just going to do some things and just nonchalant, we're going to do what we can. You've got to be focused. I'm talking about more money May. Okay. Mo Money May is what we're going to call it. And so I urge you guys, all of you, yes, Amber, you want to go part-time by next month? Heck yes. You have to have a real goal, a real like attainable goal. While you're shooting for the big things, you've got to have a real attainable goal, and you've got to be prepared. This isn't a business where you're just like, you know what, with each day that passes, I'm just going to kind of see what's going on. That's cool and everything if you want to make hobby money. But if we're talking like, I want to go part-time by next month, I want to enjoy my summer to the full, I want to be able to make a full-time income all summer. I want to make sure that my bills are paid, that I'm not wondering where I'm going to get my next time. I'm not wondering how I'm going to enjoy my summer vacation. If we're talking like that, you've got to start preparing your weeks out now, right now, for the rest of, forever, right? But I want you to think about May bringing in the best paychecks for June, July, August, September. I'm talking going into the new school year, right? Like going into this fall school year, going, you know what? My kids are starting third and first grade. We've got everything is good. Business is good. Business is booming. I'm making money. I paid for their backpacks and all their school supplies without having to blink an eye. I'm not where I used to be. Like we're talking forwardness. We're catapulting our businesses forward. In April, I was so freaking consistent, more than I've been in a long time. And I've always been consistent with my business, but I mean, every day I was showing up like the business owner that I am. And I'm really proud of that. And I know that because of that, and seeing people like Amanda in the chat talking about, I got another 45 BB order, and that's inspiring. That's why it's so important to be, Kenzie's kid is feeding her. That's why it's so important to be on your toes in that chat. Oh my gosh, Cheyenne. It's so important to be like on your toes in the chat, because you will be inspired by people getting it done. I think it's really cool that in our chat, we had Amanda just like signing customers constantly. That's really cool. And we get to see that in our chat. It's not just amongst the business on Shay Knox's team and Morgan Martin's team and this team and that team. It's every, I literally cannot watch her anymore. I literally cannot watch her feed you anymore. 600-pound life coming to a Kenzie near you. Anyway, so that was funny. So I want you guys to be seriously set your business up for success. this entire month. And that starts with prepping your days, prepping your weeks, knowing exactly where you're going to be working your business, when you're going to be working your business. And I mean, going back into April, let me talk about that for a second. I was literally the most consistent human I've been in a very long time for my business. When I say I was showing up 6 out of the 7 days of the week, I was. So that when I took my Sabbath on Sunday, you always deserve your Sabbath. But when I was taking my Sabbath on Sunday, I actually felt like, okay, I showed up for my business this week. I am excited and ready for this day of rest. Like I'm so excited for this day of rest. I want you all to be in that headspace all of May. You deserve it. It's not how much you're getting done. Although I will say, like, go for two 4 and a friends. Do that. Go for 2 4 and a friends. But let me just say this. It's not about how much you're doing. It's about how often you're doing it. I would much rather, and I mean this with my entire heart, I would much rather my team do host to post daily and get 5 to 10 up a day rather than, hey, it's Thursday and I got 30 host posts up. Good for you. If that's all you're doing for the week, you technically got like a few up a day. Good for you. That literally doesn't do much for your business. Stop having moments of momentum. Quit having moments of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Quit having moments of motivation. No more motivation moments. We're having a motivation May. Like, we're having an entire month where we're like, damn, I was motivated. And even when I wasn't motivated, I still showed up. I'm telling you, your business flourishes the most when you do the activity that you don't want to do. Okay. So like, yep, you're going to get uncomfortable. Yep. You're going to be working hard. I mean, I'm telling you to put away 2 to 3 hours a day, all month, every single day this month. And just get to work, head down. You're doing the activities you don't need to do. And I want to say this really loud and clear. And if you need to write this down, please do. If you need to hear this in your spirit, if you need to pray over this after I say it, stop thinking about doing it. Stop thinking about working your business. Stop thinking about working your business. Am I breaking up? It looks like I'm laggy. Am I good? Just a couple thumbs up. Am I okay? Hold on. You all are
You're
frozen.
good. We can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. You all were frozen. Okay. So if you need to pray on this after I say this, I'm going to say it again because I just want to make sure you guys heard me say this. In the month of May, we're not going to think about working our businesses. We're not going to think about where we're going to be if we were to work our businesses. We're not going to think about the type of parent we can show up as if we work our business. We're going to work our business so that we can see it come to fruition. No more thinking about it. We're done. We're done with that. We're all done. It's all over. If you've thought about it in May and you did more thinking than action, well, we're done. We're done. I won't support it. I will love you. I won't support it. We're going to go ahead and take action. We're going to take action. We're not going to think about doing the host to post and making the TikTok. And we're not going to think about, like, how can I word this? And how can I do this? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Stop paralyzing yourself. Stop paralyzing your own business. Your business can stand on both legs. It is not a paraplegic. It is a fully functioning, able-bodied business that deserves to make money, but you have to take action. So we are going to take action in May. Quit treating your business like it sits in a damn wheelchair. It does not sit in a wheelchair. It is fully capable. It is fully able-bodied. Okay, we're going to take action. No more. No more. No more. Yes, and if you're able, turn your cameras on. We want to see your faces. But that's what I wanted to mostly start this with, is just, what are you claiming in May? What are you not claiming in May? I want you to, this is gonna be a little bit action oriented. What are some things you are not gonna do anymore in your business in May? What are you not gonna do anymore? Here's a few examples. I'm not gonna not do host to post daily. Procrastinate. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not gonna procrastinate. I'm not gonna put it off until midnight. I'm not gonna put it off until the next day. I'm not gonna put it off until midweek. Yeah, you're not gonna make excuses. Exactly. I'm not gonna not show up for myself. Like, I know how. No more excuses. If you feel like, 1 second you're going, I need to get 10 hosts to post up. And then the next second you feel your brain go, well, you got to make dinner. Okay. Get your host post up really quickly and then go make dinner so that you can literally say, like, okay, I did it. This is a business. This is a business. I want you to think about people like my niece. She owns a hair salon, a very successful hair salon. She owns it. She's got one other person that rents a chair from her in the salon. If Anna doesn't show up to cut and dye those people's hair, they will not come back. She will not make money. She will lose a client. They will be pissed. She will not get the money from that client. She makes good money. If she just says, I just don't feel like it today, I just don't feel like clocking in, she loses all those clients for the day. Even if they come back, that day is gone. That money is gone. Anna has to show up with 2 kids and a family and a life. She shows up to her business every single day that she works, right? You've got to treat this like that kind of traditional business. You have to stop making excuses as to why you cannot do this. Excuses do not make you money. So you've got to stop. Oh, I've got to do this first. I got to do that first. I got kids doing this and kids doing that. You guys, I was sharing this with Kenzie the other day, and this is exactly what it looks like. This is exactly what working this business in the nooks and crannies looks like. When we say you're working this business in the nooks and crannies, it's so easy to hear someone say that and go, cool for you. I don't know what that means. This is what it looks like. I was at the dentist with Eric on Thursday, and I thought it would be a maybe 30-minute appointment, maybe 20-minute appointment. They're pretty quick. Well, he kept feeling the pain. He kept feeling the pain, even though they were in his mouth, and he kept telling them, like, I can feel it. So it took him a little bit longer because they had to keep numbing him up. So it took an hour, a little over an hour, this appointment. And you guys, as soon as he went back, and I don't agree with dentists who take my kids back without me, but this dentist is the only one that will work on his mouth. And I don't know if you followed me for a long time, but my kid has been neglected for 2 years, and I trust this dentist. And so anyway, he goes back there by himself, and you know what? God gave me that dentist, and I'm taking my hands off of it, and I let him. Okay. So I want to preface by saying, I don't usually let my kid go back without me at his other dentist. But anyway, I had over an hour. And as soon as he went back, I started working. I was like, you know what? I haven't made a post today. I haven't gotten my host to post done today. So while he's back there, I'm going to get that done. I thought I had 20 to 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden, over an hour goes by, and I got this awesome I edited a picture. I made a post. I put it on Instagram. I added to my story. I did all of my host to post, which takes me a while. And all of a sudden they come out and they're like, Eric did a great job. And I'm like, they're like, sorry, it took so long. And I'm like, that's okay. I got a ton of work done. I didn't say that to them, but I'm like, I got a ton of work done. And now I can leave. I can put my phone down and leave the dentist and know that I got a bulk of my work done in the dentist. Like, we can truly work this business from wherever we want. Isn't that a blessing? What a freaking blessing that we can truly work this business whenever and wherever and however we want. But as long as you're getting the task done, you will be successful. I want you to show up this month. Quit bullshit and quit playing games, quit playing around, quit talking and be about it. Like, quit talking the talk, walk the walk. So from May to May 31st, you have more than 30 days. You have May to May 31st. I want you to take your Sabbath, of course, and so that means that 5 days out of this month, you might not do anything for your business. That's okay. That's all right. You've done so much during the other 6 days that you deserve that, and it's going to pay off in massive amounts. And God is going to bless your business because you have seen the rest of the week and it is well with your soul. Okay. So for these 31 days, I want you to look at the DMOs. Yes, if that's what you need to do, look at those DMOs and get it done. But I want to share with you what is most important. And yes, it's the DMOs. But if I can simplify it for you, every single day in April, I was doing at least 2 TikToks and adding them to my Instagram and Facebook reels. Okay, great. The reason why I kept getting texts and I kept getting messages that said info, money, all those things is because I would do TikToks that were about me. They were funny. They were just me. They weren't about the business. They weren't about the products. But then because of that, they would blow up. I would get like 80K views. And all of a sudden, these people were looking at my other TikToks and reels. And they were like, oh, what does she do for a living? So I was getting all these texts, money, info, like all that, because you're doing both. You're attracting people in and then they're watching your other videos. So 2 TikToks minimum a day, adding them to your reels on both Facebook and Instagram. And then every single day I was making bomb ass posts, whether it was about, a couple, this is the way I look at it. I need to make a couple about the business a week, a couple about the products every week, and then a couple just like random, maybe at least about the giveaway at least once a week, right? And then maybe pick up something that's just really gets you a lot of comments type of stuff. Like, what's the weather in your city like right now? It's so cold here. It's so annoying, whatever. Okay. You need to be posting every single day. 2 about the business, 2 about the products, 1 about the giveaway, and then make another one about whatever you want. Okay, so that's posting. And then I was adding to my stories every single day throughout the day. I want you to make sure that you're being really, really committed to sharing your life with people on your story, sharing your face, using your words, all that good stuff. But also, like, make sure you're putting in your story. and something about the products. I want you to make sure that every single day this month, whatever you're consistent with, and if you're not consistent with something, it's time for you to order some products, okay? But like whatever you're consistent with, whether it's the coffee, the greens, the wraps, the skincare, I want you, whatever you have on hand that you can be very consistent with this month, post about it daily in your stories, you know? And yeah, mix it up. I'm going to do the cleanse in a couple days. I'm going to post about that too, right? I can't do that every day, but I can do it every month. And so I'm posting about the greens and the coffee every day, posting about the wraps and the cleanse every once in a while. I might post about the skincare, but you're adding to your stories throughout the day. You have to, you guys, you have to, you got to put your face out there, quit doing this business once a week, and then come into your upline and going, I just am burnt out because I'm not making much. Well, you're not doing much. So that makes sense. Yeah, I can totally tell you that is why. And then make sure, last but not least, like you're doing your host to post, because when you're doing your host to post, and yeah, these are the DMOs, you guys, these are the DMOs. And so when you're doing your host to post, it's so important that you are doing your host to post, however you do that. Like I like to go through my happy birthdays and then I go through the mutual friends, however you do that. Maybe some of you like to go to your friends list and click on all the B's and get through the B's. You can literally get through the ABCs for the rest of the month if you want. Like you can do that. And then clicking on mutual friends, however you want to do it. But I do it through happy birthdays and the mutuals. And when you're doing host to post, as most of you know, not only are you getting people to post for you, but you're growing your network, you're asking them to join your team, and you're asking for customers all in one swoop, all in one swoop. So like you're doing everything you need to be doing because of host to post, and then do a little bit of extra. Go ask random people from your story views to buy the products. Go ask people from your story views to join your business, whatever. It doesn't matter how you do it. It matters that you're doing it. That's what matters, is that you're doing it. You're not thinking about it. You're not like, oh, I don't want to see anybody this month putting in 5 host to post for the month. I don't want to see anybody this month going, oh, I got 5 people to host post for me this month. Why only 5? That's crazy. If you're really truly asking people on a daily basis, that's not even possible, right? So like make sure that you're really being intentional with your business. If what you're doing is not producing results right now, you need to step it up. If you did not sign, as many people as you wanted to in April, it's because you need to step it up. You need to do a little bit more. Less overthinking, more overdoing. Like, stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about what you could be doing and what you should be doing, and just do it. If you did not attain the results you wanted to in April, it's because you didn't do the things that you know you need to be doing consistently. And it's partially probably because you don't believe that you can even attain it. So I want you to make sure that you are really, really giving this your all this month, not your half self, not like a quarter self, your whole self. Give this your whole self. And when it's dinner time with your family, eat. When it's pick up your kids from school, like pick up your kids from school, be present, be that mom that you pray to be, but get your business done, especially while we got our kids in school, especially while those kids are in school all day. Like make sure you're getting your business done. And then when it turns summer, you got to just kind of switch it up and pivot. Yep, I do too, but we're going to get it done. Go live 3 to 5 times a week. Like these are just reminders. Use call to action in the comments. Drop links in the comments, reply to comments. You have reminders on your DMOs. If you're not pulling these out daily and just kind of getting it done, why not? Why not? Why aren't you? And so I just wanted to kick this off by saying this month gets to be the best month we've had yet. We're not even halfway through the year. Do not get halfway through the year and go, what? I have not even achieved half of the things I said I wanted to, and it's halfway through the year. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't be that person that's like, I said I was going to go diamond by June, and here I am not like at all. It's because you're not showing up for yourself the way that you know how. It's because you're not showing up for your family. If your family truly is your motivation, why are you letting them become the excuse? Like, why are you letting them be they're, no, they're your motivation. They're why you get to quit that job soon. They're the reason you want to quit that job soon. So let this business do what it can. Let God bless you how he can. But you have to take the action steps. God will bless those action steps. God will bless the steps that you're willing to take. So even though I have a lot of life happening this week, I'm going to have such a productive week. And it's because I'm claiming it. I tell my stories. I tell people on my stories all the time, today is going to be a productive day. And guess what? I have a productive day. I have a productive day. I put it in the universe. I'm like, I'm going to have such a productive day, you guys. I hope you do too. And then I do. So cool. Michael and it went away. Hold on. Michael and I was just having a heated motivational talk about this today. When you can get into conversation with your spouse and be like, I mean, okay, last thing I'm gonna say, after, hold on, Faith said, I'm not allowing myself to scroll unless I have at least, yes, amen, you shouldn't, yeah. Yep, I love that, I love that. I'm not going to not show myself using the products. Exactly, it's how we make money. It's so cool. Last thing I'll end this with, and then I'll let Kenzie take over, is I did makeup yesterday on two people that are near and dear to my heart. Like, I love them. They've been friends with me since I was a teenager, and they've stayed friends. Some of you might know who I'm talking about, but Bree Spear has been a good friend of mine. I mean, she's joined my business before. She's been successful before with me, and we just keep doing life together. And she's such a cool human. Now she is very successful in real estate, and she's having so much fun doing it. But they had me do her makeup, their makeup yesterday, and she was talking about how I said, how's it going? You know, how's it going? I know you're successful because I see it online. Like, I see you killing it and selling houses, and, you know, you're doing what you want to do. And I love that. And she said, Kim, I'm not kidding. I looked at Ben, which is her husband of like 12 or 13 years. She looked at Ben. I just want to say, like, listen, she's not even with It Works. This is anyone who wants to be productive and take massive action. Okay. Bree looked at her husband and he was standing right there. She was like, I looked at him and I said, for the next 6 months, I'm kind of sort of going to be here. Like, I'm going to be here as much as I can, and I'm going to be with the kids, and I'm going to eat dinner with y'all. But like, please shut up when I'm on the phone. Please shut up when I close myself in my office, and do not hound me, and like, just be ready, because I'm about to go off. And she did for 6 months, and it paid off tremendously. She made over 100K last year because of that consistent action in her business that was brand new. Like, you have to just look at your spouse like Amber did. You have to look at yourself in the mirror. You have to look at whoever is around right next to you supporting you. And if that's no one, then you just need to talk to yourself in the mirror. That's it. But especially if you have like a spouse or kids, especially older kids or family connected to you that's close to you, look them in the eye and say, look at me. I'm serious. I'm getting out of my own way for the next 6 months. The rest of this year, I'm serious. If you see me on the phone, let me be. If I happen to be gone a little bit more often, let me be. If I need to step out the house to go work my business in private and silence without kids in my face, let me do it. Please trust me and know that if you allow me the space and the grace to get done what I need to do, it'll pay off immensely for us. I promise you that. Let me take action though. Let me make bold moves so that you can catapult yourself years into the future by just being a massive, consistent ass person for the next 6 months. Doesn't mean being gone all the time. It just means you are definitely stepping up, and they're going to notice it. They're going to be like, phew, she is not playing games. Like, I want you to have that. I've had that conversation with Joe multiple times. Listen, like, I'm like, listen, okay, just know, so that there's no conversation about like, damn, you're not here much. Yep. I'm not going to be here much. Sorry about that. Not sorry about that. I'm doing it for our family, And so do what you need to do is my point. Do what you need to do, have those conversations, but I will not go back to a job after a third child. Yes. And stay motivated with that and work your business out of faith, not fear, not out of fear of falling short, not out of fear of like, oh God, can I do this? Like, out of faith. I want you to work your business. Yes. Like her cup says, work your business out of faith, not fear. There's a huge difference in how you will move if you're working your business in faith and not in fear. It's a huge difference in the way that you'll feel throughout the process. So, all right, that's all I have to say. I'm excited. I want you to plan your week. I want you to plan the rest of this week, but I'll leave it at that. And now Kenzie can take over. That's it.
Kim, yeah, that was so good. You guys, Kim and I recently just had a conversation about that specific topic because we were talking about very specific goals that we have. And we were like, all right, like we were like boxing back and forth, and we were like, yeah, I just need to do this. I need to make this happen, and I need to have it by this time, and blah, 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 blah. And then we were both like, but like, we're speaking, there's a difference of speaking like, oh, I gotta have it or else, and you're like frantically working in a scarcity mode versus like, I need this. And in the example, like Kim said about how Bree was talking to her spouse, like, shh, for 6 months, all right, whew, now I'm going and I'm running because I'm excited because I know what's going to happen because of the results, versus like, oh gosh, I gotta get all this done. So, and I just want to talk about like, we personally, like, side note off to each other, we're like, gosh, we need to do this, you know? So I just kind of wanted to piggyback off of that for a second, but I did want to pull, before I wanted to finish up on what I was going to say, I want to pull Amanda on here for a second, you guys, because, you know, like Kim was talking about, like, yeah, we'll see Amanda going off in the chats about her, enrollments as far as customers and all like that, like boom, LC, boom, extra order and things like that. And I just want her to just touch on for just a second about showing up here to Team Zoom, showing up to, team pages, to chats, to this and then that. There's a difference of like being so consumed with your resources that you don't take action. Okay. So that we're not saying that like keep showing up to all these things, but don't take the, and then think about doing it. Like Kim was saying, like, oh, I'm showing up and then I'm going to think about it. Just kidding. I'm not going to take action. But there is purpose in still showing up. And so I want to have Amanda address that for a second, you guys, and we're just going to get a little bit red for those of you that know the color personalities. The red is like, all right, I'm gonna set a goal and we're gonna be the breed. We're gonna be like, all right, 6 months, boom, let's go. You know what I mean? And so I'm just gonna have Amanda just kind of shine some light on that for us real quick.
Hello. So basically I just want to tell you guys, first of all, I am nowhere near perfect. Okay. For instance, I'm gonna call myself out first real quick because I myself do not take the time to show myself using the products, and that is something that I need to do. Just stating one of my faults. Okay. So I know that if I did that more, that I would be getting more customers. I would be getting more people interested, more people following me, just that sort of thing. And there is no excuse. My excuse is always, I don't have time, but I'm making my coffee anyways. So, why not take the time? So there is me calling myself out, and I'm going to do it this month. I'm not just saying it, I'm going to do it. But a lot of other things, you guys, just daily, especially like with posting, posting every day consistently is so important with this every single day. You want your audience to see you posting. You want your audience to see you talking in your stories, and getting haps up, just like Kim said. Don't wait till Thursday and get 30 haps up. You want to be doing that consistently every day. When I'm waiting in the pickup line to pick my kids up, or whatever, I'm sending out HAP requests. I'm at the doctor's office. That's my favorite time to work, is when I'm at the doctor's office, because I can be so intentional. There's nothing else going on. There's no kid wanting this or the dog wanting out or whatever. I can be so intentional. There's nothing else going on. It's my favorite time to work. But just consistency is key. And if you're not showing up and you're not plugging in, then you're not going to see results. Just plain and simple, you're not going to. And if you are on Team Zoom now, that is awesome. I'm so proud of you. You should be proud of yourself, because this is one way for us all to connect and, talk and listen and just, everything. And most of the time, if you say or think you're going to catch the recording, not dissing you or anything, but it's just not the same as seeing it live and hearing it live. And yeah, so that is like the number one thing that I was telling my team today is you got to get on Zoom. I don't want you to come to me and say, I'm not getting results, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. I don't want to hear it if you are not plugging in, if you are not consistently doing the things, daily, or like Kim said, 6 days out of the week, or, as often as you possibly can. You got to cut out the excuses, just plain and simple. Daily and consistency with all of the things. And that's basically all I wanted to say. Just consistency. That is how I am getting so many enrollments myself, is getting all of those haps up, following up, being consistent. So let's have a good May.
Hells yeah. Okay, so I was uploading to my story while you were talking of us on Team Zoom. So if y'all haven't done that yet, just oh, okay, sorry. Welcome to the winner's circle, it said. So you guys, while Kim was talking about, she went through like, all right, DMOs, plan your week. We talked about plugging in. We talked about no excuses. We talked about stop thinking about it, taking massive action. We've done all that, right? Sweet. So we all have access to the DMO sheet, right? This little doohickey right here. It is loaded in the team pages, the chats. If you don't have it, find it. You will have it. Nope, you're not going to read this book. Okay, so I have been reading or listening. I'm sorry. I do have the book here too, but I've been listening to it. I'm on chapter 7. Pretty proud of myself for that. But it's called the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. And this is so good. I've been listening to it for free on YouTube. Okay, so you can do that if you want to. Okay. Or you can get the book, the audio, whatever. That's a good book. I'm just throwing that out there, but you don't have to. But basically what this says, you guys, is it's like, hey, take massive action. Okay. And he goes through a lot of amazing points. All right. So a couple things I'm going to take from that is I had a coaching call with a girl this week. She's actually not on Team Zoom tonight, but, and then with a couple of my other girls, and I'm like, all right. So when we think about it, you guys, and I think I talked about this on a live or something, I don't remember, but when we set a goal, okay, say you set a goal of 4 and 1, okay, like, okay, I want to get 4 customers and 1 distributor. And you said by the 15th, right? And say we're coming up to the 10th and you have not signed 2, or maybe you have only signed 1 customer. Or maybe you've only signed 1 distributor, and then you come up to the 10th and you're like, oh crap, there's only 5 days left. So maybe I'll just give myself a goal of 2 more customers by then. And you decide to change the goal, right? How many of you guys have ever done that? Be honest. If you set a goal, put a 2 in the chat if you have ever done what I'm saying. If you've set a goal and you got close to, like, the timeline was coming up, and you weren't going to hit it, you knew in your head you weren't going to hit it by then, and so you changed the goal. Okay, I'm going to put a 2 as well, because
You muted yourself. You muted
what
yourself.
in the hell just happened? The problem with that is that long term, like that doesn't get us to our goal, right? Like, what the hell is that? Can you do that? Sure. But that doesn't get you to your goal. What the difference is, one thing that he said here that I really loved is he was like, and which most businesses do, most successful people do, is that if they're coming up close to their goal, this is when they look at those action steps, meaning the DMO sheet, right? What's on the DMO sheet? Okay, post to post. Videos, messages, whatever, right? Going live. So when you're coming up to your goal, the end of that timeline to reach your goal, and you're like, oh shoot, I'm wondering, you don't think you're gonna hit it, or you think you're too far away, get out of that mindset. You can decide to say, I'm not gonna change the goal, I'm gonna change the action. So maybe you were like, oh, I want to get 4 and 1 by the 15th. And I'm going to do 5 posts a day, 3 videos a day, 20 messages a day. And that isn't getting you your results fast enough. What can you do? You can change the goal, but we already decided we don't want to do that, right? Because that isn't going to get the goal done. So what can you do? Can you change your action? Yeah, you can change the action instead. So instead of doing 5 hosts a post, do 10. Instead of doing 3 videos, TikTok reels a day, do 6. Instead of sending out 20 messages a day, send out 40. Change the action. You have control of that, because why not? Why not? This is like a kind of a dumb comparison. Okay. But it doesn't really but okay. This isn't like a safe comparison, but it's just one that popped into my head. Okay. If you needed to get to McDonald's by 3:30 and you knew that going 55 miles an hour, you weren't going to get there by 3:30, would you say, oh, I'm going to change the meeting to 3:45, or would you do 60 instead of 55? Or would you do 65 instead of 55, right? Most of y'all would probably put your foot on the gas a little bit instead of calling the person and changing the meeting, right? I mean, let's be real. That's what we would do. We'd be like, oh, we're going to beat that. We're going to beat that ECA. Bet I'm going to beat that. I know I can do that, right? Like you're going to do that. So same thing with our goals. Instead of changing what your goal is and what you're going for, change the action that you're doing. And I feel like most of us underestimate the action that it's going to take to get us to our goal in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we do that because I think we subconsciously set ourselves up to not even achieve it anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we do that sometimes. We're like, oh yeah, like I know I'm going to do it. And then, but kind of like in your hearts of hearts, you're like, I know that's not enough, but you're almost afraid to put yourself out there to do that next level because you're afraid that you'll fall off the wagon again, or that you won't keep up with it, or that it's too much. And all of these excuses keep coming into your brain, right? I say we 10x our action, okay? Because if you 10x your action, you will at least land, like, say if you wanted to make $1 million and you were like, I'm gonna put together all of the action steps I need to do to earn $1 million. And so you start doing all of the actions that you think that you're gonna need to do to make $1 million. You miss that $1 million mark, but you actually land at 500,000, right? Or could you set a goal to be like, I'm going to set a goal and to have 100,000 and I'm going to do the bare minimum to reach the 100,000. And then you still are not consistent. And then you land at, $3,000, right? I would rather shoot for $1 million and land at 500,000, right? That's basically what I'm getting at. But what I'm saying is that we need to accurately measure what it's going to take to get to our goal. So what I want you guys to do in the chat, I am very serious right now. I want you to tell me what your goals are for May. What exactly you want to do in the month of May, what the heck you want. I want to know May, and you can also throw in like why you're here, like what your ultimate goal is. Like maybe it's like a year from now, I want to be making this a full-time income. Maybe it's in 6 months, I want to make for a full-time income, or by this month, I want to do a whole cycle of 4-in-1 and helping my one do a 4-in-1, or maybe it's I want to make $500, or maybe it's whatever. Tell me what your goal is in the chat right now. Everybody, I want to hear from everybody, because if I don't hear from you, then that means I know that you're really not on Zoom and you're pretending. I'm just going to be real. All right. Like, I'm just going to be real. I'm going to assume if you don't put it in the chat, then you're not really here. So I'll tell you what my goal is. My goal is to do a 4-in-1 cycle 3 times, and to have at least 2 of my people do a full cycle. Those are what my goals are. Okay. So that way I'm making $450 in tier 1 bonuses, and I'm making $700 in tier 2 bonuses, right? That's just in bonuses. Okay. Obviously, that's going to build my team. Obviously, that's going to help people get their own paychecks too. That's going to help people, help my commissions check, right? Because that BV is coming in, all of that good stuff, right? And so I broke this down. Okay, before I break it down, I'm going to take a look at the chat here. Faye says not pay for my products out of pocket in gym. Right. Okay. Chiquito says 4-in-1. Amanda said my why is my 3 kids and my bills. And Faith says 4-in-1 times 2 and go executive. That's amazing, Faith. You can totally freaking do that, dude. Amanda says I want to enroll 3DTs and I want to help them with their 4-in-1. Amber says enroll a complete 4-in-1. Go Ruby. You can do it. Okay. So let's see what else is down here. Sabrina says 4-in-1. Tracy says complete a cycle of 4-in-1. Diana can't type, so I'm going to type for her. Kim says 4-in-1 times 2. Yep, I'm helping those 2 complete it. Chrissy says I want to complete a full cycle of 4-in-1 twice and help those DTs complete them too. 10 hosts daily, no excuses. Hold up. Sarah says I want to get back on track and get my cycle of 4-in-1 and promote. Lisa says, be consistent with posting and complete a 4-in-1 cycle. Diana said she wants to start doing videos and get better at posting. Where am I going? Wrong way. Okay. So, and I read all of those. Obviously, you guys heard me, right? Okay. What I did for mine, and this is what I want you to do for your goals. And this is so serious, you guys, because the last couple of months, like when we first started this like whole like 90-day thing, we were like, we want to work smarter, not harder, which is true. There are so many ways that you need to take advantage of, resources, all of that, so that way you are working smarter, not harder, right? Because there's areas where you can work smarter, not harder. But then those areas that you're working smarter, work really hard at in those areas, right? Meaning the host post. Host post is working smarter, not harder. So how can you use host post and work really hard? Get more of them out, right? The VIP lounge is working smarter, not harder, meaning it's taking a third-party tool and giving that to our potentials and letting them get more information, letting them get more exposure to the business, right? How can you utilize that tool to work smarter, not harder? Well, you get more people in it. Work hard at getting people in it. Work harder at, instead of getting 10 in, get 20 in. Do you know what I'm saying? It is okay to work smart and hard. Okay. And so what I want you guys to realize is that there's got to be a specific thing, like a specific layout, a game plan of a measurable goal that you have. Okay. Everybody pretty much said that they want at least a minimum of 1 4-in-1 cycle, right? If you have not gotten a 4-in-1 cycle yet done, then you need to peel it out right now. You need to be like, all right, look, what am I doing? What am I not doing? Okay. So clearly what I was doing, I wasn't either focusing on the right things, or I wasn't doing enough of the right things. And that's okay. This is business, you guys. This is like literally like the numbers game part, right? Of like, okay, I need to just do more of this, right? And at the end of the day, you've heard it. Host post, right? Do the host post, do the videos, follow up. And so my thing is like, okay, well, I'm going to do 10 host posts a day. That means if I'm doing 10 host posts for the next 30 days, I will have had 300 host posts up. Okay. And then if I'm getting 25 people into the VIP lounge every single week, that means I'm getting 100 people in the VIP lounge for the entire month. If I'm doing 3 reels a day, right? Reels, TikToks, reels, meaning TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm doing 3 a day. That's 21 videos a week. That's 84 videos I would have posted a month. Okay. And then I'm going to go live 3 days a week. Okay. That's the same number. Okay. So figure out what it is. If I'm following this, and by the 13th of the month, because remember, my goal is to do 4-in-1 times 3. So we'll use just the distributor example, right? I want to sign 3 DTs. So that's pretty close to enrolling at least a distributor a month, or a distributor a week, right? So if I went through my first week and I still haven't signed a distributor following this formula, I'm going to amp it up a little bit. It could be that I just need to give it a little bit of time and keep doing my follow-ups, right? And then maybe I'll sign 2 the next week or whatever. That can happen, right? But maybe if I'm 10 days in and I haven't signed a distributor, I need to amp up some of this stuff. I need to come over here and reevaluate. Okay, I'm not changing the goal, I'm changing my action. Okay. And then, so that is something that we seriously need to look at, because how many of you have ever been sitting here and been like, oh, like, I just kind of feel stuck. Like, I'm not signing people. Like, I'm not signing customers. I'm not signing distributors. I'm not promoting. My paycheck isn't growing up. I haven't hit my goal. I keep missing it. Like, whatever. And I wish that I could just go to like Cami Pentecost, or I wish I could go to like Stephanie and Joel Dunn and be like, can you just tell me what you're doing? Gosh, if they would just tell me what they're doing, I would go and freaking do it. If they sat me down face to face and told me what they were doing, I would go do it, because I know that I would be successful. I know that I would sign my 4-in-1s. I know that I would do it, right? This is exactly what they would tell you. They would tell you, do your host post. Look at your numbers. Like, when Stephanie came in the business, she had a goal of getting 10 fast start bonuses a month because she wanted to make $1,000 a month. They used to be $100 each, fast start bonuses. And that was her goal. And so she knew, like, if I talk to this many people, I know I'm going to sign a distributor. So she would get cranking those numbers out. Okay. And it's as simple as that, pretty much. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's what it is. Right. And so, this is also something that I did too, you guys. Right. Where is it? Oh my God. You scared me. Okay. So I haven't finished yet because I had to take care of something. But what I do, most of you guys have seen my planner and how I do it, but like, this is like your month at a glance, right? And I write down all of like our appointments, practices, blah, 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 right? I write all my things out right there. Okay. And then during the week, I write down my to-do list here. Okay. Something I am doing this week because listen, I haven't hit my goal and I know I need to do these things and I know where my issues are. My issues is that I'm a squirrel freaking brain and I don't do the ish that I need to do and I procrastinate and I need a schedule. I don't just need a to-do list. I need a freaking schedule. Is it going to look exactly the same every day? Might I get twisted up here and there? Yeah. But you know what? My ass needs to sit down and I need to create a schedule for myself. So guess what I started doing? I literally hand wrote it down here in my planner so far. I got all the way until 10:30 tomorrow morning. Okay. Like what I'm doing first thing before I even get the kids up, what I'm doing with my mom in the morning. When I'm at 9 o'clock, that's when I'm sending out a shitload of my host to post messages. Okay. 10 o'clock, I'm getting my mom started on one of her activities. 10:30, I'm doing the living room. Then after that, I'm immediately coming back at the table and I'm hitting more work up. I'm gonna write down what I'm gonna be videoing and planning my content for the week. So I already have some videos saved in my draft so I can just crank them out when I'm busy. We have baseball every single day the rest of this week. We have multiple games, multiple practices. I'm not gonna be able to like do the sit down focused work as much as I can in the evening time. It's going to be baseball and sure, yeah, I can message and do that and put a post up and stuff like that. But as far as like sitting down without being distracted kind of stuff isn't really going to be happening. We're going to be commuting and stuff like that. And then by the time I get home, you guys, I'm going to be tired and I'm going to try to use that as an excuse not to finish what I need to do. I'm just being honest. I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, like, we're finally going to get done fighting with the kids and getting them in bed. And I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, like I'm so tired. I still got to switch the load of laundry. I got to put the other stuff away. Like I got to try to take a shower. I got to do this or I got to do that. And I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to, sit down for 20 minutes and do my work. So how can I prevent and set myself up for success and not have to freaking worry about that? Well, then it looks like I create a better, more tight-knit schedule for myself earlier in the day or whatever. And that might not look like that for you guys. It might be flip-flopped or you're whatever. I'm just giving you guys an example of what I'm doing for myself to know what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like there's new messages in the chat, but I can't see them for some reason. Hold on. Tracy says 4-1 cycle. No, I see that. Okay. Do we have a link for the giveaway? I think we do. Or yeah, it should be in your guys' host to post. I'm not sure how Kim does it in your guys' if it's in the post. You mean a link for the event, for the video? And then also something I want to circle back around to is your like your pillars, you guys, for your brand. This is going to be a whole lot easier for you to when you're like, oh, I don't know what to post about. I don't know what to post about. Your pillars, guys. I have mine right here. Like the business and the products, I already know what that is, but like mental health, empowering women, stuff like that. That's one of mine. And then like motherhood caregiver. Okay. And then I have like all my subcategories written there. Keep that with you. You know what it is, right? If you're not sure what kind of, how to create your brand and your different like categories into and like create content within those categories, right? So like we'll use motherhood for one. Like motherhood's one of my categories, right? Motherhood caregiver. Okay. If you're like, gosh, I don't even know where to start to create content or post or add value or talk about it. Who do you follow in those categories? If these are your categories and these are pillars about your brand and about who you are, you most likely follow somebody else and other people who are creating content on that already, because those are the people that you're attracted to on social media. Those are the people that you're following. So go look at what the hell they're doing. You know what I mean? Save their videos, recreate them as your own. Get ideas from them. Search hashtags that you are wanting to use or you should use that are related to your brand. Go search them up and recreate the content. You'll get the ideas flowing the more that you know, get out there and do it. And then if, you know, also with one of them on, like, this is just like a random thought, but like, I usually try to like post some like inspo status or something like that in the morning. And so where I get a lot of those, you guys, I'll get some from other leaders. I'll get some when I look at my memories. But even when I'm like reading or listening to something, whether it's it works related thing, or if it's completely something different, like some other, you know, podcast or motivational video or something like that, I'll get like a one-liner from something of what they said. And I'll take that one-liner and I'll write it down, or I'll type it as my status and I freaking post it. You know what I mean? I have a folder in my phone because that's one thing that I've decided for a long time, but like, you know, that I want to do is like post some sort of like quote or inspo thing in the morning. That's what I want to do. Okay. And so as I come across them, I have a inspo statuses literally right here. Inspo statuses. It's in my notes section. And I have statuses saved with spaces in between them. So I can just go in and copy paste first thing in the morning. Set yourself up. Okay. If it's something simple like that, whatever it is that you got to do to set yourself up for success. But you guys, really breaking it down here is you got to figure out what the hell your goal is, why you're here. Because like Kim said, when Ashley Mayfield posted that status today, I was like, girl, listen, okay. If they are our motivation, then why the hell are we not where we want to be still? Right? Silly for that when you actually sit down and think about it. So grab that DMO sheet, figure out what your goal is and break it down. If you need help breaking it down, then get with your upliner, get with somebody in the chat or something like that, find an accountability partner and break down what your goals are. But I'll tell you this, and this might sound really simple, and this might sound, some of you might think I'm being sassy or whatever, but if you don't do it, you're not going to get to your goal again. I'm just going to be honest. If you do not set your goal and lay out realistically what it's going to take to get there and what you have to do consistently, you're not going to do it. You're just not. You're going to make excuses, or you're going to like half-ass things, and you're just not going to make it happen. You know what I mean? And I know I only know that for sure because I've done that or not done that. Right. So, yeah, but that's pretty much it as far as that goes. So know what it is. And I wrote mine down, you guys. I literally like wrote it down. 401 times 3. I told myself what the dollar amounts is. And I said what I need to do, how many I need to do every day to be consistent. And I want to know how, by the end of the month, how many that is. Right. And I want to know that because once I hit like the 7th or the 15th, and if I'm not where I need to be, you know what I mean? Then I'm like, I'm not changing the goal. I'm going to change the action on what the hell I'm going to do. Right. So that's pretty much it. So circling it back around, DMO sheet. That's what we're going to follow. Setting your goal, realistically, how it's going to get there, the game plan, knowing your brand, make sure you got your categories written. If you did the 90-day push with us, then you already have that written down somewhere, or you should have. And then that's pretty much it. I want to have some exciting things, little mini challenges announced throughout the week for you guys starting tomorrow. I'm really hoping to get that done. So I got to get with the ladies, the leaders on the page and see what we want to do because it's, you know, a new month and it's just been craziness. So we haven't had a chance to do that yet. But if you guys, yeah, exactly. I mean, it says Slay May. I want you guys to put that in chat. If you're going to do that, put Slay May in the chat right now. I'm going to go put it in the chat right now because that's what I'm going to do. Right. That's what we're going to end it on tonight. Slay May. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. I don't see anywhere. Only me and Amanda are gonna slay May. Oh, there's Sarah. There's Kim. There's Sabrina. There's Shaquita. There's Faith. All right, maybe my internet was slow. You're probably like, what the hell? I put it in there. There's Chrissy. Okay, you guys. I love you guys. You're awesome. I'm so excited for May. Let's seriously go friggin' slay it. So, all right, have a good night, you guys. Thanks so much for hopping on, and we will see you guys in the chats, in the groups, in all the places. So have a good week, you guys.